So I'm already frustrated getting in my car, headed to my wife and my mother-in-law. My uncle called me. He said, can you stop by my house and help me hook the PlayStation 4 up? I said, you done had that PlayStation 4 for 2 days. You mean to tell me you ain't got that thing hooked up yet? He said, nephew, they asking for too much stuff. They want me email. They want me to put it. I said, you don't know your email. I said, you know what? Matter of fact, I'm gonna be real with you. I said, right now is not the time. I said, I'm going through too much. I'm trying to handle business, and it's just too much going on right now. I'm just frustrated. He said, well, talk to me, nephew. Why you so frustrated? I said, because I'm trying to handle business. Shell down there with her mama. She just called me and told me to take the ribs out the deep freeze and put them in the sink, let them thaw out. That's what we having for dinner. I do that. Go back trying to handle my business. She called back and say, never mind, the kids want hot dogs. Put the ribs back and take the hot dogs out. I take the ribs out the sink, put them back in the deep freezer, put the hot dogs in there. Then she called me back like 5 minutes later, interrupted me again and say, my mama said, can you bring the generator down here because they power went out? I said, your mama can't pick them up. She said, no, we down here trying to handle something. I said, oh my God. I said, so what about the clothes that you're supposed to go buy from the mall from Star School? She said, oh, I'm about to go do that right there. Then she called me back and say, is you gonna bring the generator? I said, you know what? I stop what I'm doing. I jump in the car, I get the generator, jump in the car, and I head that way. Halfway down there, she called me back and said, you know what? Never mind. We gonna come get it. You know what, at this point, I said, I'm done trying to understand women. This is my wife, and I can't understand her. My uncle said, let me ask you something. He said, do you know the story of Adam and Eve, how Eve was created? I said, yeah. He said, so why are you trying to understand somebody that was created while you were asleep? This mother...